Hi friends, Dr. Rose here, the Primal Professor. Today we're talking about erectile dysfunction. Erectile dysfunction can feel isolating, but it's more common than most people think. It can have psychological, neurological, and hormonal causes. All of those deserve attention and compassion. Today, we're going to focus on the metabolic causes of erectile dysfunction, the ones most overlooked, but often the most reversible. Erectile dysfunction might be your body's first warning sign that your arteries and your health are in serious trouble. Before the heart attack, before the diabetes diagnosis, or before the stroke, this isn't just about sex. It's about your entire vascular system. And the good news is you can turn it around. So today we're going to break down and show you how ED is tied to insulin resistance and what's happening inside your blood vessels and how you can reverse it naturally, starting right now. Here's what we'll cover today: the role of the endothelium and nitric oxide in vascular health, how arteriosclerosis contributes to erectile dysfunction, why ED is often the first symptom of insulin resistance, how damage to your blood vessels starts long before you feel it, why the ketogenic and low-carb diets are effective solutions, what the science says, and what you can do starting today. Let's get started. Before we dive deeper, it's worth remembering something important. I'm going to put on my primal hat right now. Our reproductive systems are hardwired for survival. From an evolutionary perspective, if the body senses it's in a poor metabolic state or shape, or under stress, undernourished, or inflamed, it suppresses reproductive function. That's true for both men and women. It's nature's way of saying this isn't a safe time to create life. So when sexual dysfunction begins to decline, it's not just inconvenient, it's a primal signal that your internal environment is out of balance. It often points to metabolic syndrome, which includes high blood sugar, belly fat, high triglycerides, which often is the very first sign of insulin resistance, even before the ED, low HDL, and high blood pressure. But what causes metabolic syndrome in the first place? The answer: chronic overconsumption of carbohydrates and processed foods, combined with too little activity, poor sleep, and excessive stress. These lifestyle factors lead to insulin resistance, where your cells stop responding properly to insulin and your blood sugar and insulin levels stay elevated. The high insulin, known as hyperinsulinemia, the high glucose, known as hyperglycemia, that environment damages blood vessels, disrupts hormones, and accelerates aging, starting with the small arteries, like those that support sexual function. Research shows up to 75% of men with ED also have insulin resistance and prediabetes, and in many, it's the first notable symptoms that they have it. A low-carb or ketogenic diet addresses the root cause of ED. But first, let's revisit how blood vessels actually work and why they fail. Your blood vessels are lined with a thin, delicate membrane called the endothelium. This lining produces nitric oxide. That's a molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax and dilate, allowing healthy blood flow. And that's in every part of your body. When insulin resistance and chronic inflammation take hold, it's not dietary fat that damages the lining. It's elevated blood sugar and insulin. Chronic exposure to sugar and refined carbohydrates leads to oxidative stress and inflammation that erode the integrity of that endothelium. The body then produces less nitric oxide, and the vessels become stiff, and blood flow begins becoming restricted. This is the foundation of arteriosclerosis, the hardening of the arteries. Now, arteriosclerosis is specifically hardening to the smaller arteries. So when blood flow is chronically restricted, tissues and organs receive less oxygen and fewer nutrients, a condition known as hypoperfusion. This just doesn't affect sexual function. It impacts your brain, your kidneys, your eyes, your heart, contributing to cognitive decline, kidney dysfunction, and cardiovascular disease. When plaque builds up, it's made of fats, cholesterol, and other substances, and that's when you get atherosclerosis, which further narrows the arteries. But there's an important distinction here. It's not dietary fat that causes this plaque. It's the damage from high blood sugar, insulin resistance, and chronic inflammation that oxidizes cholesterol and drives plaque formation. Because the arteries in the penis are so small, they're often the first to show signs of trouble. This is why ED is an early warning sign of a much larger problem. And in a way, it's actually a good thing, because when this signal shows up, it gives you a window of opportunity to act early and begin to reverse the damage before it progresses to a more serious condition. It's a chance to rebuild your metabolic and vascular health from the inside out. So here's why keto works. Number one, it improves insulin sensitivity and it restores nitric oxide production. And that nitric oxide, remember, it allows your blood vessels to dilate and bring more blood flow to an area and constrict. Number two, keto burns visceral fat. Fat around the liver and the abdominal region worsens hormones and blood flow. Number three, it boosts testosterone. Healthy fats restore hormone production. Volek et al. Showed a 13% boost in testosterone on low-carb diets. Number four, lowers triglycerides and increases HDLs. Better lipid profile supports vascular repair. Keto improves glutathione, a very powerful antioxidant, and that improves vascular health. A few more studies I just want to cite here. Esposito et al. 2004 showed that a low-carb Mediterranean style diet improved ED in men with metabolic syndrome. Shin et al. In 2010 showed that carb restriction improved ED alongside insulin sensitivity. And then finally, Ku et al. In 2013 did a 12-week low-carb intervention and improved sexual function. So here's your action plan. Eliminate sugar and refined carbs. Prioritize protein and healthy fats. Walk 30 minutes a day, even if you have to break it up in 10-minute segments. And if you can do that after meals, that's even better. If you can, do some strength training. You don't have to go to the gym. Do some air squats, lift your body weight, do some push-ups. Anything to start moving and start building that muscle. And that increased muscle will help improve your insulin resistance. Get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, limit alcohol, and if you're smoking, really try to quit smoking. I want to address this myth. ED is just a normal part of aging. Believe me, my husband's grandmother shared TMI, too much information about Mark's grandfather, but they were sexually active in their 80s, God bless them. So it doesn't have to be part of aging. ED is common, but it is not normal, and it's reversible when you fix the underlying metabolic issues. Don't silence the signal. ED may be your body's and best warning sign that it's time to heal from the inside out. Waiting too long means other blood vessels, including those to your heart and brain and kidneys, already may be under attack. But here's the good news. If you take action now, the steps you're taking to improve your sexual health don't just restore intimacy, they support your brain, your heart, your kidneys, and long-term vitality. You don't need another pill, you need a plan. And keto is one of the most powerful tools we have to help restore metabolic health, hormone imbalance, and vascular function. If this video spoke to you, please like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Let's break this silence and change the story. I have 3 important videos linked at the end of this video to help you if you're thinking about starting a ketogenic lifestyle. I'm Dr. Rose, the Primal Professor. Let's reclaim our health together.